Content warnings. This episode contains topics that might be triggering to some listeners. It includes discussion of parental death, murder and suicide, mentions of gun violence, funerals and grieving, and family disputes, including inheritance. Please listen with caution.
Is this seat okay, Mom? Can I get you anything? Your sweater? Tea?
No. Thank you, Hamlet.
You didn't have to come, you know. It's the reading of the will. I could have handled it on my own.
I know, but I needed to be here. For me.
I understand. Feely, I didn't expect to see you here.
I didn't expect to be here. Can I talk to you for a sec?
It's not a great time.
It's about that thing we were talking about a couple nights ago. You know, the important thing.
Is something wrong?
Oh, no, not at all, Mrs. Prince. Just, I think I might have a drinking problem.
That's not nothing.
Oh, a drinking problem. I'll be right back, Mom. Are you okay here for a second? Good. Be right back. Is this about the ghost? Did you see it again?
Shh, keep it down. Do you want everyone to think you've gone insane?
Right. Sorry. But did you? Did he come back?
No, no sign of the ghost.
Then why?
I had to say something to get you alone, and I figured this was better than saying I thought I was pregnant in front of your mother.
Oh, yes. Well, thank you for that.
It's about my dad and brother. I got home the morning after we saw the ghost, and they were practically lying in wait for me. They're circling like vultures, aiming to get ahead in the company now that there's a vacancy. They asked me to spy on you.
And you're telling me you're supposed to spy on me?
They didn't say I couldn't.
Do you think they know something strange is going on? Do you think they might have information we could use?
I have no idea. It appeared like they were just being their usual greedy selves, but I suppose there's no way to know. Asking them wouldn't get us very far. It's not like they'd rat themselves out.
This might actually be a good thing. With Polonius and Laertes relying on you to give them updates on me, we have the chance to control the narrative. We can tell them whatever we want. And then, based on who reacts to that information, we can tell who they might be working with. That could give us a pool of suspects. Something more to work with other than murder, ghost, estranged uncle.
You're making them murder suspects?
Maybe. Sorry.
No, that's okay, I get it. They're the type.
Speaking of, here comes your delightful father with Claudius.
Hamlet, it's good to see you again. I expected you would be here. I hope you don't mind, but Polonius invited me to attend the reading of the will. Not because I expect to be in it, but as family. Do you mind?
Be my guest. I won't turn you away.
I appreciate it. Is your mother here, by chance? I'd still love to meet her.
She is. I'll introduce you after the reading, provided she feels up to it. Right now, though, I think I just saw the lawyer arrive. Should we go inside?
Excellent idea, Hamlet. Ophelia, Laertes is downstairs. You can go wait with him.
She's with me.
Of course. After you.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. I know most of you here today, but for those of whom I haven't had the pleasure, I'm Marcellus, the late Mr. Prince's executor. In addition to reading the will, I'll be carrying out any orders, including disseminating inheritance and the like. Since this is a very large estate, that process may take longer than would be ideal. I ask you for your patience and understanding, and assure you all will be dealt with in due time. Before we start today, does anyone have any questions or something to say?
I think we can just get on with it, if you don't mind, Miss Marcellus.
Yes, sir. As a matter of record, I'd like to state that I myself have not yet viewed Mr. Prince's last will and testament as per his wishes. As you can see, this envelope is fully sealed.
Well, what does it say, man?
This is most unusual.
Please just read it.
I, Hamlet, Prince Senior, wish to make it clear that I do not wish my estate to be divided up between parties. Instead, all of my holdings, including my stakes in Denmark Inc., my personal bank accounts, and all properties, will pass to one party only. It is with this in mind that I bequeath all my earthly possessions to one person.
His son.
My brother, Claudius, Prince.
What? How can that be? He hadn't spoken to the man in 35 years. Let me see that paper. If this is some kind of mistake, I'll have your job, Marcellus. Your whole career.
Is that really what it says? That's bullshit. This guy could be anyone. He
If
just
I'm
showed
in
up
the
out
will,
of
I think
the
it
blue.
proves I'm not just anyone.
You're not just in the will. You are the will.
Hey, gentlemen, miss, please remain civil.
I can't believe this. He would never. We have nothing.
Mother?
How is she?
Ophelia's with her now. She's resting. I think it was shock on top of everything else that's happened. Thank you for helping me get her home.
That's what family's for. On the topic of family, Hamlet, I'm just as shocked as you are over the contents of the will. Obviously, you should look into it and make sure everything is in order. I won't blame you. But I want you to know, if the will stands, you and your mother won't want for anything. Nothing has to change for you.
It's already a pretty big change, Claudius.
Yes, you're right. What I mean is, you don't have to worry about where you live, where you'll eat.
You mean you won't turn us out on the street?
In blunt terms, exactly. I'm not here to ruin lives. In fact, I'd like it if this could bring us closer. It feels like your father is inviting me back into the family by doing this. If you'll have me. I'd like that.
That sounds like a very nice feeling. And I hope you don't take it as an insult when I tell you I certainly will be looking into the integrity of the will.
As you should. Even I can see how strange this all is.
I'm glad we're on the same page. Was there something else?
Yes, actually. And then I'll be on my way. I know you must want to spend some time with your mother. I intended to ask you this before the reading, but never got a chance. I mentioned to you that you had cousins the other night, and I was wondering how you would feel if I asked my daughters to join me in town.
In town or here?
That's up to you and your mother, of course. I would graciously accept an invitation, but there's no need to extend one. The hotel I've been staying at is perfectly adequate. I only bring this up because I think you would like them, very much. I know they're eager to meet you. They lost their mother almost a year ago now.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you. It's been hard on all of us. I thought, with you losing your father so suddenly, maybe you could do each other some good.
You could be right. Again, I'll need to talk to my mother about this when she's feeling better, but if my cousins were to arrive, I'd certainly be interested in meeting them.
Excellent. Truly excellent. I was hoping you'd say that. I'll go now. Give you some space. No need to see me out. I know the way.
He's a snake.
I thought you were taking care of my mother.
I was. She popped a couple of her Xanax prescription and went right to sleep. That gave me time to hang around at the top of the stairs and listen to everything you and Claudius said. And, like I already told you, he's a snake.
Most people find eavesdropping rude.
But not you, right?
I'll give you a pass, sure. What makes you say Claudius is a snake?
Are you kidding? Just listen to the man for 2 seconds and it's obvious.
Humor me. I want to hear your thoughts.
Okay, his timing, for one. He arrives just in time to hear the reading of the will and ends up getting everything. That's not normal. I have no idea how he did it.
Did what?
Switched copies of the will.
You think he did?
That's literally the only option.
No, there are a plethora of options, including the option where my dad really did intend to leave Claudius everything. As a sort of apology, maybe.
Does that sound like your dad?
Not particularly.
No, it doesn't. And you don't sound like you. Before, you were all gung-ho about investigating Claudius. But then, you talked to him for 5 minutes and you're on his side.
I don't want to rush into anything. We have to consider every option.
Just be careful that whoever killed your father doesn't work faster than you.
What do you mean?
There's a murderer walking around Hamlet. Clearly, they wanted something. We don't know if they've already gotten it, but if they haven't, what's to stop them from killing again?
Well, ideally me.
Which is why you have to do something. Enough with the contemplation. It's time for us to take action.
You're right. I'm wasting time. Call Horatio, tell him tomorrow we're searching my father's office here at the house. That's where he spent most of his time, so if there's going to be a clue somewhere, it'll be there.
Why tomorrow? Why not today?
Because right now, I need to take care of my mother.
Right. I should probably go home and deal with stuff too. What do you want me to tell my father and Laertes? They're definitely gonna ask.
For now, tell them the truth. I'm confused, a little angry, and I'm going to look into the will.
Okay. Stay safe, Hamlet.
You too, Feely. Noon tomorrow?
Noon tomorrow.